Hello and welcome to another instalment in Dazza's War and Everything. This week we turn our attention to your local supermarket. Having long separated ourselves from the hunter-gatherer societies of times past, the supermarket has become the main source of food for most of the Western world. In their lifetime, the average shopper will push a trolley nearly 4,000 kilometres. Now, in any civilised society, there are rules, there are procedures. The original aim of this video blog was to uncover what the conventions of supermarket shopping really are, but my research to date suggested that there are none. As civilised as we might think we are, the behaviour of so many shoppers seems to suggest that our society has changed little from the days of monkeys throwing poo. During your weekly shop, it's every man for himself, and that's exactly how your fellow shoppers are going to act, as they're completely lost in their own indecision. The typical supermarket will stock more than 10,000 products, and deciding whether you want your pasta sauce to be tomato and garlic, or garlic and tomato, feels like a life or death decision. The average shopper thus becomes a zombie, completely oblivious to the fact that they're blocking the aisle whilst they to and fro between tomatoes and tomatoes. With all the pushing and shoving of indecisive shoppers trying to squeeze past one another, the building becomes a pressure cooker for stressed out shoppers, and it's only a matter of time before somebody cracks. And let us not forget the dash to the checkouts when we are so close, but yet so far. Not only do ambitious trolley shoppers completely ignore the fact that the 10 items or less lane is for people with 10 items or less, the people with a handful of items who've been ousted from the express lane suddenly feel that they have the right to push in front of everyone else. It's survival of the fittest, and everybody's an asshole. In June of 2008, the term supermarket rage was coined after a 57-year-old man was murdered in a London supermarket queue. He was mistaken for a queue jumper ahead of him, who'd earlier insulted a man's wife. The woman pointed, saying, "That's the guy, that's the guy." Her 37-year-old husband ignored the 18-year-old queue jumper and went straight for the innocent 57-year-old man and punched him to the ground. He died later in hospital. This is not an isolated incident amongst British shoppers. A month later, a 78-year-old woman was hospitalised after she and another scooter-bound granny started ramming each other like dodgem cars. Family sources say the pair fell out over money some time ago, and it was the first time seeing each other since. No doubt this was just a chance meeting, otherwise they'd have come prepared and jousted with French bread. Like the hunters of old, it would appear that the modern shopper still has to contend with wild animals when they go searching for food. Last week, a supermarket in Kent, England was forced to close after a terrified shelf stacker found a Brazilian wandering spider in a box of bananas. The Guinness Book of Records 2007 lists the Brazilian wandering spider as the world's most venomous animal, and is considered the species responsible for the most human deaths due to spider bite. Fortunately, nobody was bitten during this encounter, or else they'd need a body bag for the clean-up in aisle 3. So with that in mind, viewers, give your local greengrocer or butcher some thought during your next shopping trip, and you may yet survive. Take care out there.
Should I use a window shopper? Mad at me? I think I know why. Should I use a window shopper? In the jewelry store looking at shit you can't buy.